What's good, YouTube? We're back with another video. This is the UFC predictions, the raw picks. We're going to go over UFC 325 and also talk about UFC Fight Night, Bautista versus Oliveira. Let's get straight into it. So, as you guys know, UFC 325 was Volkanovski versus Lopez for the featherweight title, 145ers. And let's get into my predictions, man. Let's see how we did. So I went 8 for 13, and honestly, I should have went 9 for 13. There was a weird fight that went on. Honestly, I could have got all of these right, but I got robbed on one. Okay, I should have got two wrong. I should have been 11 for 13, but let's get into it. Lawrence Louis defeated Sulang Grabo. This was actually a back and forth fight. It could have went either way, but I think Louis did win that one. He was a little more active. This fight, so I think Sebastian Slale was winning, but Nakamura came out with a crazy knee and just completely flipped the fight, and that knee put him out. Put him out, and that was round 3. So, I thought I was gonna go 2 for 2 right there. I was watching that, I was like, whoa, that was crazy knockout. I wouldn't have thought that was gonna happen, but Nakamura, I know him now, and he's actually bigger than I thought. I think he's like 5'11" or something, but he's also 145 to look out for. This one, Don Marfan versus Sang Oh Kim. Thought there'd be a knockout. These guys were banging though. They went to the decision. This was a decent fight. Wasn't too impressed by either of these guys, but it was a decent fight. This one, Con Ofley versus Yiza. All right. Everybody that watched this knows Yiza got robbed. Flat out. Easy 2-1, if not 3-0. I had Yiza winning that fight. He was controlling it more. Ofley had maybe a couple more takedowns, but he did nothing with him. This was a robbery. The community knows Yiza got robbed. Next up, we got Jonathan Mikulev versus Oben Elliott. Yeah, Oben Elliott got dogged in that second round, dude. Not much to say on that one. I thought Oben Elliott was gonna be. I thought he was gonna win that, but yeah, it was a crazy one. I think Oben was winning most of that fight as well, but yeah, MMA's about finishes, man. This one, Jacob Malkoun versus Torres Finney. Torres Finney is a fraud, dude. I don't know. He came out really flat, gassed out, and then just didn't have any. I thought a quick flash from him would be the end of it, but Jacob Malkoun was sturdy, had better ground game, and Torres Finney lost his O, no longer undefeated. This one, Cody Brundage and Cam Ralston. Cody Brundage has had a crazy career, but I knew he wasn't going to win this fight. So I had him TKO, and that's what happened. And in this one, Billy Elikana versus Junior Tafa. And I was actually teetering on whether I wanted to pick Billy by sub, but I thought Billy would I thought this would stay on the feet because Tafa was just a bigger dude and you want to stay on the feet. But yeah, Billy got that back, and I believe it was a rear naked choke. Yeah, but yeah, Billy got the finish. We had Billy winning. Salakid, we knew he was going to win. We just didn't know the method. I thought it'd be another KO, but he showed us some nice grappling. Jamie Malarkey, he's probably on his way out of the UFC. Good journeyman, but yeah, he's more of a doormat for rankings and finishes now. So, yeah, this one, we all knew how. So I thought this would be a quick fight, quick knockout, but these guys were just pillow fighting, I guess. I don't know. These heavyweights, they look terrible, man. They took so long, and didn't do anything. So, yeah, but we got Teixeira winning, which was correct. But decision, yeah, I think everyone wishes that fight would have ended in the first round. It wasn't a good sight. Rafael Fiziev versus Mauricio Rufi. Rufi had a nasty right hand, ended that fight with literally one shot, so his nickname holds up. Rafael should have mixed up the wrestling more and got Rufi more uncomfortable and didn't let Rufi get his distance. He let Rufi get his distance, and that's something you don't do with a prolific gifted striker like Hoofy. Yeah, so Rafael, he took that L, and honestly, Rafael's journey, I thought he was gonna be serious at featherweight, like maybe a couple years back before his injuries, or I think feather or lightweight. I know he did a little bit of both, but before his leg injury that kept him out for like over a year, dude, he was solid. He was looking good. Everybody like, if you weren't a casual, you knew who Fazeev was, and you knew he was legit, right? But that leg injury, then coming back, just up and down on the win columns, facing tough opponents, stuff like that is what happens. Now, this fight, I actually predicted right. um, Everybody knew BSD was going to win. I had a feeling it'd be a finish. I knew these guys weren't going the full 3 rounds. So, but yeah, Dan, he does it to his own detriment, just trying to slug with guys, and he got caught. That's pretty much what happened. Yeah, and Dan's ground game. That's what it was. It was ground and pound. Yeah, Dan's. I think Dan actually went for a takedown, if I remember correctly, and it was just like a bad decision. And he stayed down. He didn't really fight out of it too hard, and BSD got that ground and pound. And then the main event, Volk, with a very similar fight to the first, but better for Volk. It looks like Diego didn't learn much and didn't have a different game plan. I mean, his game plan was different, as in, instead of cutting Volk off from the left, he cut Volk off to the right. So then instead of Volk going to the right because he was cutting the left, Volk went to the left because he was cutting the right. And then Diego didn't really adjust at all. And Volk picked him apart and made it look easy, honestly. I personally had it 4-1. Diego got I think it was like the second or third round. But yeah, Volk definitely took that. And we'll see what happens. Hopefully they get Murphy or Mavzar in there. Mavzar Evloev or Lerone Mofree to fight next. I think they got a booked fight in March, UFC London. So the winner of that will probably face Volk in the fall. It's most likely what the UFC will do. All right, and UFC Fight Night, Bautista versus Oliveira. We got 13 fights. This should be a good one. Let's get into the picks. So we got Priscilla Cachoeira versus Claudia Segulia. This girl, Priscilla Cachoeira, is a prolific cheater, dog. I watched some of her fights, and she likes to cheat. She likes to. Yeah, she's not good. I'm not picking her. We're going to go with her. A 10-year age difference, which is massive. And we're going to go decision. 3 rounds. Yeah, 3 rounds should be... Or let's see. What has she gotten finishes? She's lost TKO. Or she's lost from ground and pound. She's got a TKO. So she got some finishes, but it's been a while. Yeah, but so we're going to say decision on this one. We think it goes the distance. Next up, we got Muin Guforov and Jacob Wilcox. I think Jacob Wilcox actually beat Patchy Mix in his last fight. Made it look easy. And, oh yeah, this guy beat Rinya Nakamura, who was undefeated. Kind of like Tetsuya Taira, good Japanese guy, wrestler. So we know the takedown defense is there for this guy. Pretty close. I'm actually gonna go... Okay, he's got some finishes. His record's 17-3, 29, so the age is about there. We got a reach advantage, height advantage for Jacob. But I'm going to go this guy by submission. Nah, ground and pound probably. Round 2. Nah, round 3. Because if he can wear down his gas tank, kind of similar to what he did to Nakamura, he might be able to get a finish, but yeah, honestly, this one's probably going to go decision. Yeah, let's go decision. I'd be surprised if there's a finish in that one. Next up, we got Kong Wong, the Joker. Yeah, she's funny. Versus Eduarda Maura. I don't know her. I know Kong Wong. I know she's a bit of a live wire. Let's see. She beat Ariana Lipsky in her last one. Bruno Brazil. Okay, decent wins. Lauren Murphy, Veronica Hardy. Okay, I haven't seen Eduarda fight, but I know these women that she's beat and lost to. Denise Gomez, I think, who recently just got popped for PEDs or some type of cheating or something. We're gonna go Kong Wong. We'll say KO. Hopefully she can bring that out, man. She's nice, but see if she can get a finish. You know, she needs a finish. Get her fan base back popping. All right, and this one we got Said Nurmagomedov versus Javid Basharat. Now, I do like Javid Basharat, and wow, surprisingly, both these guys are on a skid right now, 2-fight losing streak. I think whoever loses probably gets cut. Dang, yeah, Basharat was undefeated. Yeah, I remember that. And he has a loss to Ayman Zahabi and Ricky Simone. And Said has a loss to Vinicius Oliveira, the headliner of this card, and Bryce Mitchell. I think that was a decision against Bryce Mitchell. And we got some KOs. So, this one is hard. It's hard to pick. I think they're pretty evenly matched. You know, I'm going to go Basharat on this one. I think it's the unpopular pick, but I think Basharat, I don't think it'll be a finish, but I think he can get the decision. It's only 3 rounds. I think Basharat can get a decision if he fights better, just with striking wise. I'm saying in stand up, fights better. Yeah, sort of. But I believe he'll keep it standing. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if I get this one wrong as well. But Basharat I was really bullish on Basharat and his brother when they first got in the UFC. They were pretty good. Next up, we got Bruna Brazil versus Caitlin Sosa. And if we look at their records, you know, not the best of records. Some women's strawweight. I think I'm going to go Brazil as well. Well, they're both Brazilian, but I'm going to go Bruna. Reach advantage, height advantage. Yeah, this one is kind of like a coin flip, you know. They're pretty even. I'm going to go Brazil on this one with a... Nah, there won't be a submission. Yeah, let's throw it up there. Submission in the 3rd round. Let's just throw it up there. See what happens. All right. We got Nikolai Varentenikov versus Nico Price. And I like Nico Price, but man, he hasn't got a win in almost 2 years. And even before that, he wasn't looking too good. But Nico Price, he's got that dog, bro. Like, he fights some tough dudes. Like, he fought Jacob Smith. He fought Temba Garimba. Alex Morono got him with a win. Robbie Lawler, Phil Rowe. Like, these are solid dudes he's fighting. He's not fighting no slouch, right? But this dude's from Kazakhstan. Oh wow, he lost to Punahele Soriano 3 months ago. Fought 7 months ago. Francisco Prado. I think Prado's Argentinian. This is welterweight. No, I think the Prado I'm thinking of is a featherweight or lightweight. But you know, probably gonna go with the crowd on this one. I think Nico Price is pretty much done fighting. This dude's from Kazakhstan, so he's probably gonna get a KO. I think. Let's say round 2. Price has a decent gas tank, but I don't think he has anything to match the striking of this Kazakhstan dude. We got Alex Morono versus Daniil Dachenko. I'm picking Daniil Dachenko. He was on, what's it called? I'm pretty sure he was on Ultimate Fighter not too long ago. Last I remember, he was on Ultimate Fighter, but I guess not. Let's see. I could have sworn he was on Ultimate Fighter, but yeah, we're going to pick Dachenko. I'm going to say decision. I don't think he finishes Morono, but I think they go the distance. Yeah, Morono, age advantage. Okay, now I see why people are saying KO. But I'm going to do something different. I'm going to say submission in round 2. Yeah, round 2 submission. That's what I'm going to say in this one. Next up, we got Dustin Jacoby versus Julius Walker. I'm picking Julius Walker. His hands are nice, dude. Julius Walker's hands are nice. So let's check the last couple fights. Julius, so their height is actually about the same. DJ is about 6'3". Julius Walker 6'4". And 37. So Jacoby is actually hitting like his second life since getting TKO'd by Dominic Reyes. He has that win against Victor Petrino and Bruno Lopez. So he is the favorite, but the split loss to Menafield could have been a win. I don't know. I'm feeling Walker in this one, and I'm going to go decision. I think Walker will just be cleaner over the course of 15 minutes, and I think Jacoby will be a bit thirsty for a finish as he gets later in those rounds and gets picked apart. I could be totally wrong about that one, though. I wouldn't be surprised. Gian Matsumoto versus Fari Basharat, so the other Basharat brother. Gian Matsumoto looked really good in his last fight. He is shorter, though, than Basharat. But I think I'm going to go with Matsumoto. So this is the Basharat that's still undefeated. I thought they both took losses, but I guess it was just Javed taking losses. So Farid is still undefeated. Slight height advantage, a little bit of a reach advantage. Age isn't too far apart. I know he's the favorite, but I feel like I like what I saw out of Matsumoto a little bit better. I think if he gets him to the ground, he could win via submission, maybe ground and pound TKO. But I'm going to pick Gian Matsumoto in round 3. I think if he can hang in there, endure the strikes for the first or second round, he can get in there and get a submission and take the O from him. Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah. Okay, and we should be getting to like our main card now. Yeah, so this is a pretty big card. 13 fights. I'm filming this on Wednesday, so hopefully by the fight, there's not too many pullouts. If there is any, hopefully not. I'm very bullish on the Olejniczaks. Michel Olejniczak versus Marc-Andre Barriault. I'm picking Olejniczak for sure. I feel like most people would. I'm trying to remember if this is... Okay, I think this is the older Olejniczak, but the younger Olejniczak, he's a dog, dude. And then the cannon, or I thought they used to call him the cannonball, but power bar Marc-Andre Barriault. Yeah, he is probably on his way out of the UFC with this record. So we're picking Olejniczak by... He's on a 2-fight TKO streak, so we're going to go with the same thing. I'm going to say round 1. I've seen Barriault, like, fade quick. Oh, wait. Okay, so he went the distance against Bullet Shar Magomedov, so we'll say, like, round 3 then. Next up, we got Jailton Almeida versus Rizvan Kuniev. We're picking Jailton Almeida by decision. He's gonna lay on him. He's gonna lay on him, man. But well, I mean, I hope he goes for the finish, but I don't think he's gonna go for a finish, man. I think it works, you know. It works to sit on a dude. It's kind of just the state of MMA. Co-main event, we got Amir Albazi versus Kyoji Horiguchi. Now, I think this may be fight of the night. And I do like Horiguchi. He's pretty good. And he might be in a title fight in like 2 more fights. But I don't know if he gets this one done, man. This is a hard one to call. I honestly might go with Albazi. I think Albazi was looking pretty good in the Moreno fight, but then just didn't really get it done. But if you look at his wins, Alexander Costa, KKF. So he beat KKF, split decision. Lost to Brandon Moreno unanimously. Rear naked choke against Tagir Ulanbekov. I do like Horiguchi, but everyone's kind of like riding Horiguchi to be a contender. If he wins this fight, he'll definitely be a contender, but I don't know if he wins this fight, man. This one is actually probably the hardest one for me to call, and he has a crazy favorite right here, but I don't think he should be favorited that much. But we'll ride the wave. I guess the community knows something I don't, and we'll go with a... I don't know if he gets submissions. Last fight submission, okay. Oh, Bossy's scrappy, though. I'm going to go decision. Excuse me. Mario Bautista versus Vinicius Oliveira. Vinicius by KO round 2. That's just what I'm picking. But people are picking Bautista. He's a favorite. But Lock Dog, Vinicius Oliveira, dude, like, this is 135ers. I swear, he's like weighing like 160, 170 fight night. This dude looks humongous in the 135 division. It's actually kind of crazy. Bautista did have that last fight against Umar where he got dogged. Wow, that was only 3 months ago. Let's see. Patchy Mix, Jose Aldo, Ricky Simone. He was on a tear before that, though. But Lock Dog right now is on a tear, finishing dudes. Whoa. Never mind. Contender series, yep. And the Sapai, the finish, but it's been decisions. But he looks lethal. So let me take out the KO. Okay. I understand why people are picking Bautista now because of the gas tank. It being a 5-rounder. Vinicius hasn't been in a 5-rounder. And Mario, I believe his last fight was Umar, was a 5-rounder. No, that was a 3-rounder. But I think Mario has a better gas tank, now that I think about it, and he can outlast him. But I don't know, I have a gut feeling Oliveira's going to clip him. Oliveira strikes, the way he punches is crazy, man. But I think Bautista will find a way to grapple him. In the grappling exchanges, I'm favoring Bautista for sure. So, saving those picks, put those in, and that's it, man. So, as always, appreciate you guys for watching another video of Raw Picks, and maybe I'll switch this over and make a new channel where I just focus on MMA, my picks, maybe some training, maybe some competitions I do in the future and whatnot. But, as always, appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.